We're back at Happy Valley on Wednesday night. 9 races, so an earlier start of 6:40. Rail goes back to the A-course. Paul Lally is here to provide us some selections along the way, and the first is a Class 5 over 2,200 metres, and Palace Powell carries an extra £20 for the class drop. Nice Birdie has a win and a placing at his last 2 starts. Nebula, cheek pieces off, pacifiers with the Cowls go on. Vincy has a good record this grade, 2 starts for a first and a second. Fortune Triple's a 2-time distance winner. Green Laser is a last start winner over 2,200 metres, carries an extra £5 for it. And Joyful Champion jumps to this distance for the first time. Paul Golden Fairy leads, Nebula, Joyful Champion all handy. Might be tough for Nice Birdie and Palace Powell.
Yeah, look, Nebula, he's a horse that does like to go forward over shorter distances. I thought Nice Birdie will eventually get across, and Palace Powell probably tuck in the back. So I think everyone's going to get their opportunities. They just might be a little bit wide around that first bend. Vincy definitely gets back.
7 horses in our first replay have 2,200 metre form leading into this, including the winner of this race in Green Laser. Now, he was big odds in this race. He backs up for Chris So once again. We've got Golden Fairy who fades. Diamond Winner runs 6th. Nice Birdie 2nd. A1 8th. Happy Hero 5th. And Loyal Ambition 7th. Of all those arrows, Paul, are you taking one or more out of this replay?
Yeah, more than one here. I quite like Nice Birdie because his run, he had a tough run here all the way. Also, Diamond Winner, he's been very consistent, this horse. Since this run, he's come out and run 2nd behind Sunny Baby as well. Look, Green Laser, he's just got to do it again. He did get the race run to seat, and they did finish in a bit of a clump, so I'm not really sure how this form race is going to stack out. But in saying that, they're all racing against each other, aren't they?
Both Keith Young and Hugh Bowman okay to ride on Wednesday night after having a couple of falls in separate races on the weekend. Replay number 2 has Diamond Winner also engaged in it. He runs 2nd, Happy Hero 5th. One horse that will appreciate the extra 400 metres is that of Fortune Triple. Will he appreciate it enough to go into your selections, though?
He didn't quite get in, but I mean, like, it's one of those races, Class 5, 2,200 metres, you know, they can throw up some strange results, or some of these horses that race against each other, they finally come out and do well. I like Diamond Winner's run again in here, though. He's very consistent, this horse, and he all but got there last time, so 2,200 shouldn't be a problem for him.
Draws 2, so won't have to do any work to find a spot early in the run either. And our final replay is Palace Powell running 4th and Vincy 11th. Now, Palace Powell, he's having his first go in Class 5. Vincy's been there and done it in this grade before.
He has, but he's getting on in age now, Vincy. He's a 10-year-old, so I just wonder about him. But look, Palace Powell, he's getting closer to a win, and he's down in the right grade now, Class 5, by Mongolian Khan. 2,200 metres looks fine for him, and he always finishes off his races strongly, so this could be his race.
Enough to put him on top? Yeah,
I did. I went with him in the end. Palace Powell downgraded, so went with the downgraded to win. Nice Birdie in there for 2nd. Diamond Winner's quite consistent, and Joyful Champion comes in with the lightweight. 1, 2, 8, 11.
Hugh Bowman, race 1, number 1 for Paul to take the opener. Race number 2 is another Class 5 race, but it comes back in trip from the 2,200 metres to the 1,200 metres. And Harmony and Home is on the class drop for the first time. Hercules is a 3-time course and distance winner. Both Colonel and Time Storm come into Class 5. Bayview Star has the blinkers off and has his first start for Cody Moe. Modest Gentleman, a last start winner, carries an extra £3 for it. Island Surprise has placed 2 from 5 this class, and Noir Rider has the blinkers going back on. Across to the speed map here, and we know Colonel Paul likes to lead, even from barrier number 10 in Class 5. You're tipping he's going to have the pace to sweep across with Zach on board. Yeah,
especially in Class 5. He can lead in Class 4, bottom of Class 3, so I don't think it's a problem in Class 5. Get the monies from an inside draw, can go forward. Island Surprise likes to go forward. Modest Gentleman's the last start winner. Noir Rider used to lead. He actually went forward last time, but I just wonder if he's better now, ridden with a bit of a sit.
Winning form is up first, and it's Modest Gentleman, as you said during the speed map, Paul. He did win last time. This was 1,000 metres this win. He jumps to 1,200 metres. Not too much extra weight on his back. What about the chances of him performing well again? Yeah,
I think he might, actually. He's been placed 6 times from his 11 starts, 2nd, 3rd or 4th over this distance, so I don't think it's going to be a problem for him. Draw nicely in barrier 5. Just put him in on a minor line, because I like to see him sort of repeat. It took him a while to get this win on the board, 20-odd starts.
That's our first replay. Andrea at Zaney on board him. Replay number 2 has Wind Speeder running second. He has one off a much higher rating. Get the Money's Fades. Hercules loves a Wednesday night at the Valley. And Double Show had an excuse in this race. He pulled up with blood in the trachea.
Yeah, look, Hercules is a horse that can pop up. He's been very consistent his last couple of starts, so he looks like a win's not too far away from him. I'm going to put him in on a minor line. He had to switch off heels halfway down the straight as well, but finished off strongly enough here as well. So I thought it was a nice run from Hercules in particular.
Hugh Bowman rides him for Dennis Ship. Couple on the class drop. Colonel's been down in class before, but Harmin in Home has not. He hasn't won for quite some time. He's up to start number 48. He's an 8-year-old now. What's he going to do in Class 5? I
put him in because, look, I quite like this race in Class 4. I thought he finished off strongly in this race for 5th. This is going to be a lot easier. And Colonel as well. I mean, Colonel's been in the grade twice and he's won one time. And if he can dictate in front, we know he can be a hard horse to get past. So I think they're both really good chances in this.
That's Mega Bonus winning that race. He goes up in class, and we're going to see the run of Colonel now from 2 starts ago. He has since finished down the track and ran 10th behind Happy Trio from Barrier 9. This is from Barrier 10 2 starts ago, where he runs 3rd behind an inform Shinkansen.
Yeah, so this is a lot harder race. This is a Class 4. He's now down into this lower grade, into Class 5. And look, he only got beaten late, didn't he? He was still in front there. You can see him and the other two, and they sort of went across together. He's had that one run since, and now he's dropped grade. So, look, he's going well enough.
And Zach Hoffey, 6-timer on the weekend, has one on the horse before. What's the makeup of your top 4 for race 2?
Yeah, I'll go with the Colonel. Put him on top there. I think he can win this race from Harmony and Home, the other downgrader. Hercules in there for 3rd. And then I'm going to put in Modest Gentleman, the last start winner, 3-1-2-7.
Colonel to go a zinger in race number 2 for Paul on Wednesday night. Up in grade for the first time in race number 3. It is a Class 4 event, and we've got Wood on Fire, a 7-time course and distance winner. Exuberant has a better draw. Lyrical Motion's looking for 3 in a row, carries an extra £7 for that last start win. Killandini has the hood coming off. Flying Romantic makes his Happy Valley debut and draws a gate after having 2 starts at Sha-Tin from wide barriers. Diamond Soars, a 3-time course and distance winner over the 1,000, but just once on the all-weather at 1,200 metres. High Percentage has the blinkers off and the visor going on. And Yeah Boys run second in a trial since we last saw him finish down the track. Our speed here, Paul, has Diamond Soars in front. Chuchi, brother, outside of him. He races best in Class 5 and over 1,400 at Sha-Tin.
Yeah, and that's where he leads, but he can still go forward, but I don't think he'll lead. I think Diamond Soars can cross him. Killandini likes to go forward. He's got a nice draw. Telecom Speed's another one that's raced on the pace. Thought Gallant Valor will get a really nice run. I don't know quite where Wood on Fire is at the moment. He's sort of racing a little bit erratically, and he's drawn barrier 11.
He is, and he raced wide last time. I might have to do it again in this race. We start, though, with a couple of inform horses here, Paul. Lyrical Motion is absolutely flying. Took him a while to win one. 19 starts to be exact. He was a maiden, hit start 20, he won, and then 21 starts, he's won again, and Gallant Valor's been racing well too. Yeah, look, I think both these two are chances in this race. In fact, I think they can Quinella this race. I'm going to go with Gallant Valor though, just because he's drawn better and he's going to get a better run. I thought Lyrical Motion, when he's won his 2 races, has drawn 1 and 5. He now has to contend with barrier number 10. Alice Wong rode him here, and he rode him really well, and he'll be back on as well, so he will take £10 off. He sure will, as we move on to some all-weather form now. This is Diamond Soars last time in the all-weather. We saw on the speed map from barrier 12, he might have the pace to get across. He's a horse that runs 3rd here behind Sky Forever. Would you prefer him on the all-weather or at the 1,000? Yeah, I would. But I think if he can lead, then he's going to give himself some sort of chance. He did miss the start in this race, and obviously that's why he sort of went back, and he finished off really strongly. So he's in a bit of form at the moment. He's coming back to Happy Valley, and he has performed at Happy Valley in the past. So I'm going to put him on a very minor line. These 3 in the last replay all finished down the track. Exuberant seems to be out of form. He was going so well 3 or 4 starts ago. He ends up running 8th in this. Telecom Speed finishes in front of him. Fast as Rocket, Paul, went out as a 9.9 chance on debut, and he was slow away and hit the rail at the 600 metre mark, so they did have a bit of an excuse. Yeah, I'd like to see him do it on race day, though. Look, I thought he had his chance after that. You can see him sort of back on the rail. He's drawn nicely in 2, so he will get his opportunity
that's for sure. Of these, I think Telecom Speed's probably the best of the four.
Okay, so that's the last replay there. Who do you like in the third?
Going to go with the 3 here on top, and the 3 is Gallant Valor to beat Lyrical Motion. High percentage, look, he put in some really good runs behind Solar Partner earlier on in the season. He sort of lost his way a little bit, but his last couple of gallops I thought was quite good. And I like the fact they're going to put the visor on for the first time from an inside draw. So I wanted to include him, and then Diamond Source. 3, 4, 10, 9.
Another winner for Zach Burton for Paul in race 2 on Colonel and race 3 on Gallant Valor. And the fourth is a flying 1,000 metre race here, and it is the trophy race of the night, the Hong Kong Football Club Centenary Cup, and Scotch Tycoons won 2 from 4 course and distance. Sergeant Pepper carries 12 pounds less than his last appearance. Life is Good, beaten favourite last time after winning 2 starts ago. G1 Excellent has the blinkers off, oversubscribed racing well, and is a 4-time course and distance winner. Super Fast Dragon, last start victor, carries an extra 4 pounds for it. And Gallant Goody has the blinkers coming off. The speed here, Paul, well, things changed with Beauty Destiny last time. They didn't lead and he raced much better, so Dusty's midfield on the speed map.
That's why I did it. I just wonder if that's the key to this horse, that don't go out in front. I mean, the temptation's probably there to do it from barrier 6, but we'll see what happens. Lean Master, now he leads on his ear on the all-weather. It's just whether he can do that here. Circuit 7 missed the start last time. If he jumps, I think he'll put himself right there, and Harmony Fire can try and cross him.
Well, Beauty Destiny is our focus to start race number 4. Here's his jockey, Matthew Chadwick. Matthew, you and Frankie sprung a surprise with Beauty Destiny last time by not leading.
Well, that was always the intention. He'd been running quite strongly up in front and fading in the last 200, so they want to try something new, see if he could relax and hit the line.
He hit the line very well. Was it also just to make him think more than run in front and stop that you elected to take a trail with him?
Well, they deliberately came back to the 1,000, so because they thought he was travelling too hard, so we wanted to get some cover so he could hit the line, and from the soft barrier we were to do that, and he hit the line pretty well, so hopefully he can improve off that run.
As you said, soft barrier last week, wider draw this week. Tactics are going to be the same again, ride him off the pace?
I'd assume so. He probably had his best run last time, so we'll just try to find some cover somewhere and hit the line.
Your speed map was bang on. There you go. Matthew Chadwick talking at Beauty Destiny. Scotch Tycoon, Paul, he's a horse that you've had time for in the past. Now we're going back to race 192, so it's actually 3 starts ago for him. He's since finished down the track twice. This shows what he can do when he's right. Yeah,
look, he can lead, but he's won off the pace before, and from barrier 8, I just wonder if they'll probably take a sit with him. Scotch Tycoon, he's just got to carry the big weight, 135. So after this win, he just sort of struggled a couple of times. So that was just a query I had with him.
And G1 Excellent, probably not going to be amongst your selections. He's had a couple of trials since his last start. Snuck through on the inside here. He's a horse that burnt up the track last season. He's a 3-time course and distance winner. Can you see any scenario where he might be able to recapture that this week?
Well, I'd like to see him, I'd like to do it. Obviously, the trial was good, but again, none of these horses are really pushed out. It was more of a jump out for him. So he is out of form at the moment, but when he is in form, we know he has got that really good turn of foot. I'm just not so sure if he can improve into this race, but the trial was okay. There was nothing wrong with the trial. That's Nebula winning that trial, and he runs in the first race. Who sprints the 1,000 the fastest? Yeah, it's a good race, this one. I thought I'm going to go with the horse. Hopefully we'll get a double-figure price about Circuit 7. He can put himself right there. I think he's definitely a chance. He's only having a second start for the new stable. Super Fast Dragon, there is pace in this race, and he see if he can go back-to-back. Took him a while to win that race, but it was a strong win once he did it. Harmony Fire hasn't been in form for a long time, but he's now into this grade. He had his 4th start, and the 4th last time showed he might be coming back to something that we've seen, and oversubscribed with a nice draw. It's never too far away. 10-9-2-8. And that is race number 4, and being a 9-race program, race number 4 is the start of Wednesday night's 6 Up.
Preview time, race number 5. It's over the 1650 metres and is a Class 4. And on the class drop is Red Majesty, who's won 8 times over the 1650. Noble Pursuit's having his first start since early to mid-November. Snow-A-Lot's placed 2 from 5, course and distance. Prince Alex, Shadow Roll Off, Cheek Pieces go on. Concerto scratched on the 17th of January. Sure Joyful, last start winner, only carries an extra £2 for it. Turin Warriors placed 7 from 12, course and distance. Atomic Beauty has the blinkers off and the visor going on. And Kairos Unicorn, the grey, is minus the blinkers. Red Majesty, Paul, 8-time winner. Class drop with a £5 claim, and he might be trying in front again this week.
Yeah, I think they went forward last time with him. He did drop out. That was at Sha Tin, and now he comes back to Happy Valley. Super Baby will put pressure on him though, because he likes to go forward as well. I thought Amazing Boy will get a lovely run in behind. Concerto, Prince Alex backing up from the weekend, and Turin Warrior with a wide draw. He goes back when he draws wide.
Paul mentioning that Amazing Boy is going to get a good trip, and the man to pilot him along is Group 1 winning Derek Long. Derek, you ride Amazing Boy again this week. He looks to be getting back towards that very winnable rating.
Yes, well, the horse won pretty well last time. He have a good draw, and this time will be the same. Try to use the draw and get a good position. You know, he'll be short dash, so you need to know when's the right time to use him, and he's quite honest.
That was your first ride on the horse. You were happy to stick with him this week?
He's been very honest to me. He just short dash. He just need to be careful, and I'm sure he still won close.
Back to the weekend. Congratulations on the win on Victor the winner.
Yes, well, thank you so much, and I need to thank you for the trainer and the owner support again. And it's good to be winning the big race, and hope keep coming up.
Could you believe the run that you got in front? It was like the win on reliable team in that Group 2. You really pinched it, didn't you?
Yes, well, normally the big race won't be too fast paced unless you have 2 stable horse or same owner. Otherwise, your entry for the big race, you don't want to be just burn the horse and just stop by himself. And so it's predictable, will be slow pace, no front runner horse in that way. So yeah, it's good.
How far out from the winning post did you think, hey, they're not going to catch me here?
Well, I hope the winning post are a bit shorter. But at the 500, the horse gave me a good confidence before I press the button. So yeah, it's good.
Great front-running ride by Derek Long on Victor the winner in the feature on the weekend. He opposes here, Paul, a few of the horses in our first replay, including, in fact, it's just one in the first one, Atomic Beauty, who has actually found some form. It's taken him a while to find form in Hong Kong. He'd had 13 starts here for nothing, and now he has a win and a third next to his name.
Yeah, he's going well. Blinkers off, visor on. I'm pleased to see he put, that win was a big prize. So I'm always a little bit loath to sort of follow those ones up, because sometimes they don't repeat. But he did, and he ran really well. So look, I'm going to include him this week. It was a good run from him.
That's a good report for Atomic Beauty. Harry Bentley rides him from barrier number 10. This is the replay that's got numerous horses in it. Super Baby, bit like Victor the winner in a far lesser grade, but beautiful front-running ride nonetheless by Luke Ferraris to pinch it this night. Turin Warrior, Paul, he's got to go in on a minor line at least, doesn't he?
Yeah, I put him in on a minor line, but look, he had every chance in this race once again, didn't he? He had the perfect trail and he couldn't get the job done. Snow-A-Lot, unfortunately, is drawn wide, so he might have to go all the way back if he doesn't want to have a sort of a tough trip. But yeah, look, I'll put Turin Warrior in, but just on a minor line. He's very hard to have on a win line.
Is he in for second?
Fourth, actually.
Oh, okay.
Put him in for fourth.
Well, that's that question. I'm getting out the window. I was going to say, who beats Turin Warrior this week?
There you go. I'm going to go with a last start winner, actually, in Sure Joyful. This horse won really nicely last start, and I think he can go on with it now. He's a 2-time winner from his 24 starts. And it wasn't a fluke, that win, because he'd lead up to it with about 3 good placings. Amazing Boy, we heard from Derek there, he'll get the perfect run. Atomic Beauty and Turin Warrior. 7, 12, 10, 8.
Race number 5 is the first leg of the Triple Trio. This is race number 6 for Happy Valley on Wednesday night, and it's over the 1200 Class 4. Jumbo Legend gets a £10 claim for Ellis Wong. E-Universe raced wide last time, but comes up with barrier number 12. Happy Golf, on the other hand, he gets a better draw than his last two. High Rise Soldier's a 4-time course and distance winner. Great Achiever's going the right way, beaten 2 3/4 and then 3/4 last time. Lucky Symphony's run 4th at the trials since finishing down the track at his first start. Country Dancers run 2nd at the trials at Chung Fa, and Alloy King scratched on the 17th of this month, eligible for Class 5, which is where all of his winning form has been, Paul, and they go marching 2 by 2.
Yeah, I think every horse will get their chance here. King Excellente and E-Universe are both drawn wide, but they've got the pace to come across together. Island Bright likes to go forward. Lucky Symphony, look, he was a little bit quieter in a recent trial. Did go forward in his debut run. Bravo Warrior is sort of midfield, the debut runner from Barrier 1. Then Happy Golf, back to Country Dancer, Talent Supremo, and Alloy King. Jumbo Legend always gets back.
He does, and from that draw, he's got no choice but to go back, it would appear, as we have a look here, Paul, at High Rise Soldier. He's old, but he's going well. Is he a chance again this week?
Well, just 8, I thought, was the little query. He drew 2 here, and he got the perfect run, High Rise Soldier, but he ran accordingly, and he's run a couple of good races in a row. So, look, he was on the cusp for me. I didn't quite put him in the end just because of that barrier 8. If you'd drawn a low barrier, then he definitely would have gone.
And what about Great Achiever, and that's Talent Supremo running down the outside?
Yeah, I don't mind Great Achiever in this race because he's improved a lot, I thought, from Class 1 to Start 1 to Start 2. Jerry Chow aboard, so it was a good run from him. Yeah, he definitely goes in.
Here's Jumbo Legend. You talked about him during the speed map. He goes back and he rattles home. There he is, sneaking through on the inside. Talent Supremo enjoyed a pretty good run in this race too. He's just at the heels of the grey, easing out as they come to the turn. Yeah,
look, I've got Talent Supremo in on a minor line. I think he's running quite well at the moment, and he should get a nice run from barrier number 3. It was a good 4th here. The horse with Jumbo Legend, he just needs luck from the wide draw. You know, he's going to have to go all the way back, and he just need the gaps to open. With the apprentice aboard, so that was just the thing with it.
You were concerned by the barrier of High Rise Soldier and barrier number 8 being a horse that's racing well. King Excellente is also. He's placed his last 2, won twice course and distance, but he does draw barrier 10.
I think he can get across King Excellente. That's one thing with him. He can get, because there's only a couple of horses with speed in this race. He did slingshot off the back of Super Axiom in this race and ran on really nicely. Now, these two were Beauty Infinity. They went clear. So it was a good run. He's been in good form recently. A couple of good seconds from him. Just a draw, as you mentioned. But so I'm going to include him, but just on a monoline.
All right, that is the breakdown as far as replays go for race number 6. Who wins it?
Yep, going to go with number 6 in this race, and that horse is Great Achiever. I think there was improvement there from Start 1 to Start 2, so he goes on top from Talent Supremo. Lucky Sympathy, he's trialled, Symphony I should say, he's trialled well recently. There was a lot of support from him on debut. He was a 6.5 chance. He was a little bit disappointing finishing towards the back, but with that run under his belt, I think he can improve. And then the 5, King Excellente, 6, 9, 8, 5.
There's the Jerry Chow Bano Yung combination for Paul to win race number 6. The first of the Class 3s is race number 7. Post time for this one is 9:45, and Superb Capitalist draws barrier number 12. Harmony and Blessed goes up in trip from the 1,000 to the 1,200. Celestial Colours, he draws barrier number 10. Led up last time, but he hasn't been too far away in all of his 3 starts. Never Too Soon in good form and has won twice course and distance. Excellent Piers has done better than that. He's won 4 times course and distance. Nakoni County back up to the 1,200 metres, and One for All, we haven't seen him since the end of September. He bled after track work, but his trials since have been good. A lot of pace here, Paul.
Yeah, there is. Look, Harmony and Blessed likes to lead. One for All likes to lead, but I think Harmony and Blessed can cross him. Celestial Colours likes to lead. Superb Capitalist likes to lead. O-Liner likes to lead. There's going to be a lot of pace. So it's going to suit something from the back, I'm sure, in this race.
And one of those horses who is going to be appreciative of that pace is Never Too Soon. His rider is Keegan DeMello. Keegan, race number 7, you ride Never Too Soon again. You seem to have struck up a really good association with this horse.
Yeah, look, he's been a very good horse to me, and he seems to enjoy the Valley 12, so just very hopeful that he brings his best form to the Valley again, and just really looking forward to riding him again.
It's a race where there should be plenty of speed on horses like Harmony and Blessed and Superb Capitalist. Is that a good thing for you?
Yeah, the more speed, the better for him. He's a horse that likes to come from off the pace, but he's also been drawn wide, so it hasn't really helped. I've been a little bit too far at my ground, but in saying that, he likes to run like that. So hopefully from a good draw of 3, he'll be a little bit closer without pressurising him, and he's got a really nice turn of foot, this horse.
And back on the A course, is that even more of a help for a horse that's coming from back in the field than, say, the C+3?
Yeah, definitely think so. It opens up a little bit more for him, and he can get splits a little bit easier, I feel. And look, like I said, he always gives his all at the Valley, so I'm sure it won't be any different.
Never too soon, hoping there's an abundance of pace on. Now, Coney County's another horse, Paul, that might be hoping there is an abundance of pace on. This was 1,000 metres for him last time, and he finished off quite well. And we know he's proven when it comes to this distance, whereas opposed to Harmony and Blessed, he's better over the shorter trip. Yeah,
so look, of the two, the Coney County definitely goes in for me. I made him the Quinella horse. I think he can finish off strongly here over the 1,200. Harmony and Bless, I think, can lead, but he's going to have to get a bit of pressure, I think, from One for All. All for One?
One for All.
One for All, there was right the first time. On the inside there, I think he's going to put pressure on him, which might be his undoing.
Is Superb Capitalist another one's really going to go and ramp up the speed early on? From barrier number 12, does Angus have no choice but to go handlebars down and get as close to the rail as he can?
Yeah, I think he does as well. And I really liked him in this last race, and he ran really well. I thought I was home halfway down the straight here, but he was just collared late. But look, he had the reason I did like him was because he looked the only leader in the race. That's not the case here coming up. So I just think with all this pace underneath him, he's just going to do a little bit tough. So look, he's back to a little bit of form. If he can get across from 12, there's a lot of ifs and buts there with him.
An act of faith about midfield there. He's yet to win in this grade. He's placed a couple of times, but his wins have been in a lower grade. Next up, we've got the trial of One for All. He's had the two of them. He raced wide in the first trial and led up in this second one. Again, the pace angle comes into play here, and he hasn't raced for quite some time, but he's looked very sharp in both of these hit-outs.
Yeah, he's a horse that really likes to lead One for All, and he's drawn barrier number 1. But he's got a 1,000-metre specialist in the race in Harmony and Bless, who also likes to lead. So over 1,000, I just wonder if he'll get crossed. That's the query I had with him. But he is coming back off a bleed, this horse, and this is the right time to catch those horses.
It sure is, as he hits the line there at the Shah 10 trials. Good race, this, full of speed, and the swoopers will swoop.
I've got all 4 horses that I've put in the numbers here are actually swoopers, because I think this is the race that's going to sort of way it's going to be set up for them. Never too soon to Coney County. Now, Excellent Pairs we haven't talked about, but he's another one that can finish off strongly. And Lightning Bolt, look, I always thought he was an all-weather horse. They took him here to Happy Valley and he went bang, bang. They've taken him back to the all-weather. Now they're back at Happy Valley. So he's going to get the race run to suit as well. 7-10-8-4.
Keegan DeMello to make it 3 wins from 5 rides on Never Too Soon for Paul in race number 7. Race 8 is the Class 3 1,200 metre sprint race, and this one has Tomodachi Kokoro drawn wide again. Brave Star has placed 3 from 4 this season. Armour Eagle, he carries an extra £5 on that win 2 starts ago, same as what he carried when 4th behind Watch Buddy last time. Americtus Bexo, a 3-time course and distance winner. Hoss has the cross noseband off. Golden Darcy's now with David Hall. He's had 1 trial and was well back in that. The hood and the tongue tie off, the pacifiers and the cross noseband go on, and Speed Sword. First look at Happy Valley for him, but he has trialled around the city circuit. Mega bonus, Paul. He comes into this grade for the first time from barrier number 6 and can shoot straight to the front.
Yeah, that's how he likes to win his races. Beauty Waves likes to put himself on the pace. Golden Darcy likewise from barrier 1. Tomodachi Kokoro's drawn 12. He might have to work in the early stages. Brave Star should get himself into a nice position. I think every horse will get their opportunity here. Tomodachi Kokoro might be the one doing it a little bit tough.
Beauty Waves. He's done nothing wrong in a short career so far. He hasn't been able to quite get that first win on the board. He looked to have it here before a wonderful finishing burst from Bonza Perla knocked him off. He draws nicely in barrier number 3. Is this the week he goes home a winner?
I think so. Look, he's been leading up to this. He's been placed in all 4 starts here in Hong Kong. And look, he just met an informed Bonza Perla here, because she's now won a couple. So look, you can see her really finishing off strongly. But a nice run from him, and I think he's ready to win.
That's the winning selection for Paul. Find out who might be in some of the minor slots. Is Americtus Bexo amongst the contenders for a placing here? He's pretty consistent in this grade. He's had 8 starts, 3 placings, yet to win. And Brave Star, he's a horse that's won 2 from 14, but He ended up running 5th in this race.
Yeah, look, I'm going to put Brave Star in because he's drawn better in barrier number 5 here. He moves in from 8. He's run second of a 74 rating. He's at the 75 rating now, so he's more than capable. I think he'll get a better run, so he definitely goes in. Magda Spexo was on the cusp, but again, he hasn't proven himself totally in this group.
He has not. That was never too soon, rattling down the outside. He runs, of course, in race 7. 2 runs ago for Armour Eagle, started favourite in this race and duly obliged under James McDonald. Viva Chaleur hasn't been too far away at 1200. We've talked about Emerick Spexo. Armour Eagle's raced since this race. He's run 4th and was at 40 to 1.
Yeah, it was a big price and ran accordingly. He ran nicely enough. I didn't mind the horse that ran 5th though on the outside here, Viva Chaleur. I really like. He finished off really strongly. He got flushed really wide on that turn as well. So I like the run from him, and you can see he was doing his best work late as well. But that was Armour Eagle's win, and that was Bonza Perla running second.
It wasn't. She went on to win, of course, after that race. But you're grabbing the surfboard here.
Yeah, I am. He's on top there. I'm going to go with the 7 here on top, which is Beauty Waves, to beat Brave Star. The Power Cop we haven't talked about. He's won off a 78 rating. He's rated 74 from barrier 4. In his last couple of runs, he's been running on a bit, and Viva Chaleur for 4th. 7-2-5-3.
The Zach Burton Douglas White combination to break through in the 8th with Beauty Waves. And the final race has a very promising chestnut running in this race in Simply Maverick. It's 1650, it's class 3, and Gallant Waking himself, a nice horse at the top of the book. He's a last start winner, carries an extra £5. Winning Dragon has won off rating 74, 72, 67, runs off 75 with a claim this week. Fashion Legend up in trip to the 1650. Lean Hero, a 3-time course and distance winner. Simply Maverick won by 2 lengths as a 1.3 favourite last time. Solid Impact has the cheek pieces going on, and Red Hair King, he's a last start winner, 2 over the 1650, coming up in grade and finding the lead. Red Hair King, Paul.
Look, there's no real clear leader in this race, but we know he's got a bit of pace and he does like to go forward. So, I mean, I thought he could just be positive from his draw. Simply Maverick, he's another one that can put himself right on the pace. He was a little bit awkward away last time. He was 3 wide round the first bend, but he put himself right there when he won it at 1.3. Fashion Legend up in trip from a low draw. Solid Impact, Ivy League. Lean Hero might be just a place back further than he would like. Winning Dragon, I think, might do a bit tough from barrier 10.
Andre Razzini is our man for the last. He talks about Simply Maverick. Andre, you must be pleased to be back on Simply Maverick this week.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, it's a horse that I rode him a few times and I won them. Unfortunately, I missed him the last day, but it's nice to get back on him.
He's done a great job around Happy Valley. He looks a big horse. Does he handle the bends pretty well?
Yeah, he's a horse that he definitely got better with racing. He definitely, each run he matured plenty mentally and physically too. He's definitely getting stronger. I actually sat on him 2 days ago, and he seems to come on again since his last round. So he likes it around there. He's quite a forward-going horse, and no, he's got a good record.
Goes up in grade this week, so carries a lighter weight. Is he the sort of horse that can take that step up immediately?
Well, you know, obviously he's been winning in Class 4. They handicapped him up £8 the last day for winning, so it's first time up to Class 3 level. But you know, he's done nothing wrong so far. He's a horse is on the up. It's hard to know how good he is yet. Like I said, he's getting better with racing, so he's entitled to take this step, and I'm confident that he can overcome the rising grade.
Let's go back to last weekend. Lucky with you. Certainly showed International Day was no fluke.
No, 100%. You know, he obviously ran a great race in International Day, and I trialled him since, and I was very happy with him. I thought he had improved, but like I said, he had to sort of do it again. And no, he showed that he's definitely a Group 1 horse in the making, and he travelled beautifully through the race. I know obviously the winner got an easy time up front, and he got the run of the race, but can't take anything away from the winner. I think it was a very good winner on the day, and I was very pleased with Lucky with you.
There he is, Andrea Adzani there talking about Simply Maverick, and a great run again by Lucky with you. Gallant Waking was a great run last time too, Paul. This was his first win over 1650. Been very consistent at the trip, and Thesis down on the inside. He runs 3rd in this race.
Yeah, and look, I thought it was a good run from Thesis. He got the run for on the inside there. So he's going to go in for me. Gallant Waking, he's got to carry the weight. He gets a little bit of relief with Jerry Chow aboard from barrier 7. It's just whether he can put 2 in a row. So he was right on the cusp, but I have put Thesis in.
That is our second replay there. A couple more to have a look at. Lean Hero, he ends up running second. You know what you get with him. He's an honest horse around Happy Valley. Turin Mascot's best form has been over further, and Romantic Lau had a tough run this night, thus weakened out of it.
Yeah, he might have to go back as well. Romantic Lau, Turin Mascot, I should say, is drawn wide, the grey. But look, I'm going to put Lean Hero in because he loves it here at Happy Valley, and the 1650 looks ideal. He's a 3-time winner from his 7 starts, so he always gives you a run for your money. So, yeah, he goes in.
Red Hair King winning last time in a Class 4. Paul, he comes up in grade, been in this class once, raced on a heavy track the only other time he was in Class 3. Can he figure in the finish again?
I think he can. Look, as you say, he's only had that 1 start. He was flushed really wide here in this Class 4 race and still went on and won it. So I thought it was a strong win from him. You know, he's by So You Think, this horse. So again, the further the better. The 1650 seems to be his niche at this stage, and he finishes off his races nicely. He's drawn well in barrier 5 with a light weight. So, yeah, I've got him in as a Quinella horse. I think he'll run well.
So the 2 coming up in grade, they run 1-2.
Yes, Simply Maverick and Red Hair King. That looks a Quinella for me. 8 to beat 12. That's how I see it. Thesis and Lean Hero, the other ones we've talked about. 8, 12, 10 and 6.
And that is the preview for Happy Valley on Wednesday night. 9-race program. The first gets underway at 6:40, racing on the A course at the Valley.